This is what happens when you compile the Teensy Audio Library on Windows using Visual Studio. And it kind of works. It's got a couple of, it needs a bit of attention, but it is running in a virtual machine. I guess it would probably work a bit better, I hope, on bare metal. But yeah, just recently just kind of got it compiling on Windows using Visual Studio, and it's a bit raw, but it's getting there. There's some weird differences between Linux C++ and Visual Studio C++. It's quite interesting. But this is Teensy Audio Library running on a Windows machine, and we can recompile it and change the frequencies and debug it. And yeah, hopefully it'll get better. Not sure what that build failed is about. I'm actually going to put it on mute. There we go, it's better. Yeah, weird. Alright, anyway, let's just try and run this thing. Change the frequency. It's a bit intermittent. I'm not quite sure. I've got to get to the bottom of this. But yeah, sometimes it works, other times it doesn't work. But it really just finished kind of porting it over a couple of days ago, and I was pretty surprised that how easy it was on the basic level. Well, I mean, it wasn't easy, but it was doable. Pretty much, Googled the hell out of stuff. And so yeah, there we go. Caught our breakpoint, and we can step over it. Okay, now I'm looking for the continue button. Alright, let's see. There you go. Hello YouTube. Alright, it's printed that out. The hardware serial is redirected to the standard out. So when you do a serial.print line in this version of the Teensy cores, it actually just outputs that to the standard output. Yeah, so it's basically, I've taken these libraries and I've got them compiling on Windows and on Mac and Linux. A lot of the stuff is just they're just stubs and pass through, like writing to a digital pin up, high or low, that kind of stuff. It doesn't do anything. But there's a few libraries that are emulated. So there's Teensy cores, the SD library, the audio library, the encoder library, the bounce library, the MIDI libraries, the graphics, little TFT display libraries, like 128 by 128 16-bit color TFT displays. Yeah, no, slowly just moving them over. Well, I'm not quite sure. I think it was a bit of a challenge for me to get it running on Windows. I wanted to see if it was possible, but it's been working on Mac for ages, and it's helped me build out components and debug and test, and being able to run my code on a PC and get it ready, and then upload it to Teensy is really handy for me, because I find it really difficult without hardware debugging on a little actual Teensy device. You know, the best you've got are logic analyzers, and it's a bit tedious. So being able to debug the stuff really helps, and having being able to use Visual Studio Code and Visual Studio is it's a lot better than using the Arduino IDE. I'll tell you that.